Hey, how's it going, everybody? Alright, so we just got a new upgrade for our RAM. What we're currently rocking is just 8 gigabytes standard in our Acer Nitro 5 i5-10300H. This laptop came with, like I said, 8 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabytes SSD. Now, I've already upgraded the 512 gigabyte SSD to 1.5 terabytes worth. The 1 terabyte was a Samsung 970, which is pretty gnarly. And so we're going to upgrade to RAM now to speed this puppy up. We got our tools. You always want one of these little anti-static bracelets just in case. We got our little guitar pick thing. It's actually called a spudger. And these little tools here are great for undoing the clips that hold everything inside in place. Now, when we go through this, there is approximately 11, I believe, 11 screws that we got to undo on the back. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, I don't have a stand or anything to hold on to this phone here, so I'm just going to go on ahead and pop out all these screws here, put them in a little case, that way I don't lose them, and I'll be right back. Okay, now all the screws have been removed. My handy dandy screw organizer doohickey thingamabob. Now, we got to pop this baby open. Now, you always use a spudger, and you got to get in between these gnarly little freaking seams. I found it typically best just to start along the sides, especially right here. Then it helps lift up the edge just a smidgen, so then that way I can get on in through these seams. Now, this laptop can be a little pain in the ass, but I've done it a couple of times where I'm kind of used to it. And, well, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've gone around with the spudger. We got it nice and loose, right? But we haven't gotten this part yet. I just wanted to stop here and show you that when you get to this point, even though the sides are nice and loose, and it's just the rear portion here, don't try and yank it off, because you're probably going to break your little clips inside, and then you're going to have a pretty broken laptop, and you don't want that. So you're going to have to, I'll show you. So where is it? So pardon me here. I'm not too great at handling a thing. So you see how it's up a little bit? So you just want to follow that little seam, and then you want to get your little spudger tool in there. I really wish I could show you at a better angle, but I'm just one person. So just bear with me, and I'll be right back, and I'll pop it off. And another thing too, you want to be careful with these little things when you're taking it off. You don't want to just kind of get in here and yank it off. You want to take your time, be gentle. I'll be back. Okay, so it's been like 2 seconds. Anyways, I got the little spudger tool. I got in with this little seam right here. In a moment I got in there, just a smidgen, it popped everything off nice and purty like so. Now you're in the clear to take this puppy off. Okay, and voila, and there she is. So there's our Samsung 970 Evo Plus that I have already installed here. This is our cheap 8 gigabyte RAM that is already in here. We're going to go on ahead, we're going to pop that off, and we're going to install 2 of these bad boys. Now, it's typically best to do this in pairs. These chips here, you want them to be the same brand. You want them to be the same size. So like that, it's pairs, 2 8 gigabyters there. You don't want to go 1 8 gigger and 1 4 gigger, because then It's kind of like training your body when you're working out and you favor one side over the other and you start having issues with your whole body because you're unbalanced. Well, it's the same sort of process with these laptops, pretty well, all of them. So just keep that in mind. Now, before I go any further, remember to always disconnect the battery here. There's this little clip right there, and that's where these come into play. These little things here, they're perfect for getting in there and just gently pushing them back, popping them off, and you're good to go. And then once I finish disconnecting this, I will open up this the casing here, and I'll press the power button a couple of times just to drain the battery some more. That way I don't get shocked or damage the system at all. I'll end up with a new nickname, aka Sparky, and I don't want that. You don't want that. Nobody wants that. Anyways, I'll be right back and I'll get to work here. One more thing. I forgot about this bracelet here, the anti-static bracelet here. You want this little clip on something that is metal. You don't want it painted or anything to get in the way of their connection. I chose this particular spot because you can see how worn down it is and where it's just metal. There's not real painting going on there. And whether or not you believe in static electricity, it is a really good idea because if you do have a little charge on you, you can totally screw up your fancy dancy laptopy or PC, and you don't want that. Okay, so I got this little clip off here by pressing on the sides just like so, and it just simply comes out nice and gentle. Now that I got that off, I'm going to go on ahead and drain the battery some more by pressing the power button a couple of times. Alright, so I've gone and drained the battery. Now we want to go ahead and get these little clips off here. You just grab these little sides here and you just gently pull them off to the side and they'll pop right open. Now I gotta put my phone down, so I'm sorry again. Here we go. Now I went ahead and pushed these little clips off to the side ever so gently. I just went one after the other, and when I did, it simply lifts up on a nice little angle, so you can just go on ahead and freely pull her out. There you go. And now she's good to go, and we can go on ahead and put in our new fancy Vengeance DDR4 8GB RAM sticks. Alright, look how pretty these little sticks are compared to this boring looking thing. Now we're just going to go on ahead, we're going to pop these in one at a time. Put them in on a slight angle just like the way they came out, and you're good to go. Now I just wanted to point out that these sticks here, they only fit one way, so it's really hard to mess it up. And if they are going in the wrong way, do not try and force them. You're going to break the sticks or the PC, the system, motherboard, whatever you call this thing. I'm not real computer literate. I just do things, you know, kind of like the Joker. He just does. He never plans, just does. But in Urban Kimmy Mate, he does plan ahead. Okay, now I got the first one in already, and once you get these things inside, now this one I had to flip around. Like I said, they only fit one way. If it doesn't fit the one, don't try and force it. So you just had to flip this second one around. And once you get these puppies in place, you just simply press down, and they'll click into place. Well, it's supposed to. Come on now. There we go. See? That sounded scary, but that's the clickety click. And that's it. Now we got that. We just gotta simply plug our battery back in, put all the screws back in, and we're good to go. You're free. Now this is the last piece that I will be upgrading in the future. This is another hard drive slot there. When you buy these laptops, you do get a upgradable little cord that plugs into that slot right there beside the red and black wire, the one that doesn't have anything in the middle, beside PCIe. And yeah, I'll be looking to get, I don't know, what do you guys think? 1 terabyte? 2 terabyte? kind of expensive, but I plan on having this laptop around for quite some time, a couple of years anyways. And yeah, I'm gonna get to work here. Now that I'm putting the screws back in here, I just want to point out that when you put these screws in, you kind of want to alternate. So I started with this one, and I went over to this one. Now I'm gonna go over to this one, and then like that. And then we're just gonna crisscross back and forth. And you don't want to over tighten either, you know, just tighten to the point where you start to get some resistance, and then move on to another one. And then if you feel the need to, you can go around and try and tighten up a little bit more if it's warranted, but most of the time it isn't. Okay, she's all done up, got her wired in, and we're firing up. Man, we gotta clean that puppy, don't we? She's a little dirty, but she'll be alright. Alright, she's booting up. I got 2 cats and a dog in my defense, and everything works. How awesome is that? Badass. Alright, and that's everything, guys.